Coulter, the best-selling author. You got our latest book, Resistance is Futile. Big columnist. A new column comes out tonight. I'll check out her webpage. It's been redone. A lot of great stuff up there. AnnCoulter.com. And make sure you follow her on Twitter. She's always tweeting there. Ann Coulter at Twitter. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Mark Simone?
I don't know. Could you explain to me why we're still locked down here in New York? What is going on?
Yeah, that's a good question. And California. I just tweeted, breaking news headlines, 16 people, we don't know their ages, but probably not very old, went to a night out in a Florida bar, and 16 of them got COVID. But then, deep in the article you see, none got seriously ill. Few had any symptoms. So I'm thinking, wake me up when a young, healthy person dies of COVID.
Yeah. Hey, explain Florida, though, because every time I see the headline, a massive spike in Florida, bars closed in Florida. Then you read the fine print. It's like 2 bars in Plantersville, Florida closed. Is there a spike there?
Well, it remains the case. I mean, you can, in a country of 300 million, a nation with, or a globe with billions of people, you can always find a weird outlier case, and you don't know the details of any of these cases. This is why we like statistics. We like to look at lots of numbers and broad numbers, and it is simply a fact that in, a dozen industrialized countries, including the United States of America, the median age of the dead is 80 or 81. I'm not making light of that. I'm not saying let them die. I am saying that gives us valuable information. Protect the old, protect people with asthma, protect people who are obese or have hypertension. They should not be going to crowded Florida bars. They probably shouldn't be going to Trump rallies or professional baseball games. But by and large, a reasonably healthy younger person, even if you get COVID, you're not going to be hospitalized or die. I mean, I think everyone has gotten the flu once or twice in his lifetime. The flu sucks. I'm not making light of that either, but why not shut down the country every winter? The other thing it reminded me of, I for years, have flown, at least in the wintertime, when you hear people coughing and sneezing. I fly with surgical masks and put them on when I'm seated. It's cut down by 80%.
Well, you used to do that all the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Not in the summer, not if it's an empty plane. I don't walk onto the plane looking like a big dork. But once I'm seated, because I fly in when the country isn't shut down, I fly a lot, commercial airlines, a lot. And I used to get more colds than average. So I started wearing masks once I sat down, cut down on my colds by like 80%. But every once in a while, I remembered this. I'd reach in my bag, realize I don't have my surgical mask after hearing somebody sneeze. When I'd get home from the flight, I would frequently notice myself for the next 24 hours sneezing. So, yeah, you pick stuff up. It's out there. That's what happened to these 16 people who went to a Florida bar. I didn't stop giving speeches. Like I say, we don't shut down the entire country every winter, even though winter is flu season. Some people are going to feel like they're dying when they get a horrible flu.
Yeah.
Median age of the dead, 80.
Well, the good thing with the protesting, though, with thousands of people crammed together every night, it's now 14 days, which is the maximum incubation, and there's no outbreak there. So that kind of proves it's gone from most places.
It's the first time I've been sorry to be right.
Well, now, Democrats, it's a tough election. Defund the police. Does that sound like a winning strategy? Then they'll wonder again, gee, how come we lost the electoral vote again?
Well, I don't know. The Republicans aren't doing much to distinguish themselves. a part of the theme of my column tonight. I totally agree with you. The Democrats are giving the greatest gift they could possibly give to the Republican Party by being driven by their completely insane base. Defund the police, dishonor the flag, throw Columbus in the lake. And Republicans are responding instead of saying, we're not those guys. You may not like us, but we're not them. We're against them. No, they're saying, okay, we'll do all the same stuff, but it won't be quite as crazy. I mean, why is there a commission right now? Why is the big presidential initiative on we're going to look into policing practices? No, I think most people would like a lot more police right now. We still haven't had a trial I think it's worth mentioning, in the Minneapolis case. I think it's possible that the officer, hold on to your hat, will turn out to have been justified. I'm not saying that there is. Yeah. No. Well, there hasn't been a trial, and it's unlike other people, I will not jump to conclusions without having seen any of the evidence, but it's striking all of the evidence that's missing, i.e. the body camera footage. Wow, they sure won't show us that. They were so insistent we get body camera footage. Where is that? Point one. And point two, I remember what happened yesterday, and thus far, nearly every one of these police brutality cases has turned out to be a hoax, with Ferguson, for example.
Yeah, Ferguson, definitely, but it does happen sometimes. But here's the problem. Nobody is pointing out, and it's not sunk in everywhere, all these protests are against Democrats. In every case, of every one of these police departments, it's a Democratic mayor, Democratic city council, Democratic governor. So they've been running these things for years. Why isn't more made of that? That obviously Democrats aren't very good.
Our side has been raising it sufficiently, and it is true, but I'm not sure it's going to make a difference. I mean, what is the point of electing a Republican president and a Republican Senate? They're the federal government. This is happening in the United States of America. I mean, it's shocking what's happening. These aren't little skirmishes in one town. This is nationwide. Police precincts, at least two that I know of, have been abandoned and turned over to the rioters. This is disorder like this country has never seen before. Didn't we elect Donald Trump? Didn't we elect a Republican Senate? At some point, I think voters, a lot of voters, especially voters who are traditional Democrats, have voted Democrat most of their lives, or they're independents or don't care that much about politics. They're just going to look around and see, okay, my neighborhood, the dollar store burnt down, and nobody's doing anything about it. Not the mayor, not the governor, not the United States Congress, not the president.
Yeah, but when you see Cuomo made this dramatic speech Friday about the education system, the inequality, how bad it is, it's systemic. Now, one reporter got up and said, wait a minute, you've been running that system for 10 years. Why didn't you fix it?
Yes, Cuomo is not looking good at all.
No.
It reminds me, I've probably mentioned this before, and again, I rarely promote other people's books, but a book by Tim Grossclose, an economics professor, and I can't remember the name of it now, but he analyzes the effect of media bias on elections. And in past times, before the media was the way it is now, he said you could spot the Democrats in any national election about 8 points just because of media bias. And wow, do you see that with Cuomo? I mean, you and I and your listeners know many of the relevant facts about Cuomo, like moving elderly people with COVID back into the nursing homes and being responsible for about 10,000 deaths, but you've never heard that on the national media.
Oh, well, I hate to say we're out of time, but you can get Ann Coulter's new column. It comes out tonight. You can get her book, Resistance is Futile, or any of her books if you just go to AnnCoulter.com. It's a new website, by the way. Great stuff up there, AnnCoulter.com. And follow her on Twitter and Instagram and all that. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
We will make America great again.